Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Passion from Stamperia. This is a mini album we've been making. This is a project for Scrap and Create and you can get all your supplies there. I'll have a link down below. There is also a cutting guide link down below. So where we left off last time is we had all the pages in the book. We needed to do the inside, front, and back covers, and because they are going to be the same, I've already gone ahead and done the back cover. Inside back cover, it's just a pocket, plain pocket, and these are the mats that I used for that, and I'm just going to use a matching mat for the front cover, different one for the pocket. Alright, so let me slide that over a little bit. Alright, so for the pockets, they are 9 3/8 by 4. You should have some pieces left over that are 4 that you can use. And then score it 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch here. And then trim out your corners, tape, and fold. So I just want to move this to the side so that I can burnish this well. You always want to burnish very well for your pockets and flaps. And if you can have a reasonably hard surface, so much the better. And I have inked. So the way I like to do pockets on the covers is to bring them in just slightly from the outside edge and leave myself some room here on the inside as well. And then usually up just a hair from the bottom. And the bottom of the pocket should go to the outside of the 2 side flaps. That will give you a little bit more volume, make it easier to get things in and out. Okay. And I'm just removing tape from the corner. That down just about where I want it. Like I said, just a little bit in and a little bit up. Okay, and what did I do with that? Whoops. And there we go. Excuse me. And these have already been inked, and this piece is actually sideways, but I'm okay with that. I didn't see anything I liked any better that I wanted to cut into, so. And then I have this piece to be the pocket lining. Because we did leave 1/2 inch gussets, I have some pretty wide spots where I may come back later and add narrow mats. We'll see how it goes. I have enough paper to do it. And you want to put very little, if any, glue down here at the bottom. It's going inside the pocket, so it will be fine, and it'll just make it harder for you to get this in the pocket if you have glue. And it also might seep out and glue your pocket shut. Just turn this around so I can see exactly where this is. It's a little low, but that's okay. Why that little pocket's coming up a little. Okay. All right, so that is that. Now we still have some embellishing to do, particularly on this page, front and back, and these pockets. But I think our next step is going to be the covers. And I have set aside a piece for the back cover, which we might as well do since it's flat. So let me get a measurement for what size I want that to be. So it should be 8 3/8 by 8 3/8. So let me cut that. I'll be right back. Okay. That. I just want to make sure I'm putting it on the back. So I've got this piece for the back. So let's go ahead and get that inked. I'm going to do a chain closure on this album, so it's okay to mat this without a closure. If you want to use a ribbon closure, then you should put it on before you put the mat. This way so that I can get a good idea of where everything is. And if you prefer, you could use this side if you don't want all the flowers, but I do want the flowers. One thing I like about these bottles for the glue is if you don't squeeze the bottle, or barely squeeze it, you get a very thin line of glue. But if you're doing a really big piece like this, you can squeeze the bottle and get a good amount of glue out, so it doesn't take you forever to glue the piece. Okay, and whoops, where's the top? Hang on. That's the top. Okay. Just lay it down carefully. Make sure it's even top, bottom, and this side. This side is not that big a deal because it's, you know, that's where your curve over the spine is, so it's fine if you have more space there, which I do, especially because we maybe haven't decided yet, but I think we're going to play a little bit with rice paper on the spine area. Go. Okay, so there's the back. All right, and let me cut out some things for the front cover, and then I will be back. Okay, I am back, and I have several things for the cover and the spine. All right, so this, let me show you this first. This is a piece of rice paper. Again, you can get this at Scrap and Create along with all the other supplies. And I just cut it so that I had a piece 8 3/8 tall by the width. And I'm going to be making this narrower, but this is what I'm going to start with. And then we'll save this for another part of the project. And then what I have is a piece of chipboard that is 7 3/4 square. And then I have this piece from the 8 by 8. And most of this is not going to be seen, but I'm using it as a base. If you prefer to use something else, that's fine, because most of it's not going to show. And then this piece is cut from the same sheet on the 12 by 12, and I just cut the center section out at 7 3/4 square, and that's going to go on top of that. And then all of this is going to go on top of this, so most of this is also not going to show. And if you don't want to use a full square, you could just use strips you know, to make a square. But this is going to be the front cover plus embellishments. Now I'm going to set that aside because what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the spine with the rice paper like so, and I want this underneath the cover pieces on the front. But on the back, what we're going to do is tear it and have it sit on top of this piece. Okay, if all of that makes sense, and I'm double checking that I'm right side up. Okay, so I'm going to leave this side straight because it doesn't matter, it's going to be underneath, but I want to tear this side. So what I'm going to do is place that just about how I want it and decide where I want to tear this piece, this side. And it doesn't matter too much, but I think I'm going to choose somewhere between these lines, but I want it to be pretty rough, the tear. You know, I don't want it to be a perfect line, because it's tearing fairly neatly, which is fine. I can adjust it if I want it any rougher than that. I think that'll be all right. Okay, and then what I want to do is ink that. So I'm going to set that other piece aside that I don't need right now. And I want to ink this. And I have my silicone craft mat because we're going to need it for the next step anyway, so I think I'll use that to help with inking this. More ink than I really wanted. But I am inking it pretty heavily. I didn't mean to ink it quite that heavily. Just because I don't want it to blend right in with the piece that's already there on the back. Turn this. Now you can use matte Mod Podge, would work really well for this. I am going to use Velo glue from Stamperia, which is a rice paper glue, but it's basically Mod Podge. And before I do that, I just want to check one last time for size before I get myself in trouble with glue. Yeah, that's fine. And actually, I'm not sad about that ink, because it's fine. Okay, yep, that's going to look pretty. All right. I've got cat hair all over this mat. Of course, I say that like I don't have cat hair all over virtually everything in my whole life. But and if you're going to use Mod Podge, I think I said, but just in case I didn't, get the matte. You don't want to use something glossy. Well, maybe you do want to use something glossy, and if you do, get the glossy, but I recommend the matte. If you don't have one of these mats, you can just use some scraps of paper or plastic bag, something like that. Probably something plasticky would be better, just because then the glue won't stick to it. And I do have my glass mat that I love, and I have a discount code for it below if you're interested in one. So I could have done this right on the mat, but then I would have had to immediately clean the glass mat, which I didn't want to deal with. Okay. Okay, let me lift that up. Get this out of the way. And the book. And actually, I'm going to stand it up because I want to make sure that I line this up with the upper. I'm lining this up, I don't think you can see, with the mat on the back. But I will flatten it so you can see I just lined it up there. And I can get hair off of it. If it's a little wrinkly, that's fine. That's part of the charm. Gonna wrap. Okay. There. And grab baby wipe. Now with this, you want to be very careful. This stuff's fragile, especially when it's wet. So don't go rubbing it really hard or anything like that. Just pat everything into place. Get out any bubbles. Gently. Now over time this will probably wear a little on the spine. That's perfectly fine. That's kind of the look we're going at, and I'm just, now that I know where the spine is, I'm going to go over and hit it up with a little bit of ink gently again. I don't want to tear it while it's wet like that. It would tear easily. Okay. Okay, that is good. I kind of like that. Yeah, I definitely inked it darker than I originally planned, but I like the way it looks. I like the contrast. And I'm going to give it just a little bit of glue on top, because again, this is kind of like decoupage. Actually, I think it is decoupage, to tell you the truth. And again, you're going to use, if you don't have the Velo, just use Mod Podge. This is going to dry clear, of course. But I particularly want to make sure I have this edge covered. I'm not as worried about the front, of course, because that's going to be covered by the mats that are going to go down on top of it. Okay, this is going to add a little bit more shine, even though it's matte, but I'm okay with that because I want the wear and tear. Okay, I'm just giving it a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do the whole spine, but I do want to do the edges. And then I'll just use whatever's left on my mat, my palette. Use whatever's left there to just do a little bit. Okay, there we go. Close that. Alright, I think that looks really good. Looks a little cloudy at the moment, but that's going to dry. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. I'll go wash my brush, and then we will move on to the front cover. Okay, I am back. This is dry. I love this. I'm definitely going to be doing this rice paper wrap again. I like the way it's making my cover. It's going to be continuous without that gap that you get. Ooh, love it. Okay, so I have this piece, and again, most of this piece is not going to show. If you want, you could just do narrow strips, but I'm just going to do the whole piece. And let's get that down. Ooh, stuck my fingers right in it. Okay, hang on. And I am just trying to make sure I've got that lined up about the same, top to bottom. Looks good. I'm so happy with the way this is looking. And I would have put this on top the same way I did here in the back, except that I have this whole assembly thing going on, so that's why I did it this way. But, you know, if you want to do it that way, that's fine. Okay. Now, before we do any more things on the top, I need to put the grommets in for the chain. And I still haven't bought new grommets, so I don't know what color I'm going to use. I don't even have very many, I don't think. Let's see what I've got in here. Oh, these little antique-y, brassy ones are good if I have a second one. Or these, maybe these coppery ones. Where'd that go? All right. I have two of the coppery ones, so those will work. And let me see if I have one of these like oil rubbed bronze colored ones. Like that one. Okay. I think one of those will be the one. I'm just pulling a couple more just in case. Just so I have a few to choose from. Let's see. That one. I have that one. I feel like the coppery ones might be a little too orange. I don't know what color chain I'm going to use. I think I'm just going to use those ones. They pick up this color better. Okay. Let me get those out of the way. Put those away in a few minutes. Okay. And let me get my crocodile. Should be right here. Okay. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. I use it a lot. I don't think I even need to link it down below. I think I've already linked it down below. I have a list always in my videos of just the things that I use a lot, things that I particularly like my ruler especially. I don't know what I did before I got this ruler. All right, so this is 8.5, the cover. So 4 1/4 is going to be the center. And I am just making myself a little mark there. You don't want to be too close to the edge, but by the same token, you don't want to be too far in either, because you need to be able to get a jump ring in there. Okay, I'm going to pull this to where I can see it. that. Perfect. Okay. And I'm going to do this one on this side. Same thing, or a quarter. Sometimes when you're poking through something or punching through something with as many layers as that, it gets stuck in there and you just poke it out. Okay. All right. So those are in place. Going to be fine. Probably should have checked that first, huh? Okay, so now we want to attach this to this. So this is the 8x8. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I gave you the measurements already, but this is 7 3/4 square, and this is 8 from the 8x8 collection. So what I'm going to do with this, because this is bigger, is we are going to put, I'm going to turn this over so I don't accidentally glue the wrong side. And then I'm going to put the glue on here. You could use tape if you prefer. And I'm trying to decide which way I want to go. I think I'm going to put this down because it gives me a better idea. And just I've got plenty of glue on there, so I've got a couple of minutes, not minutes, but at least a few seconds to get it pretty much centered. And again, if you don't want to put a whole piece down that's mostly not going to be seen, you know, you could use scraps. Now this piece is going to go on top, and I am not going to raise this up because I'm going to add flowers and things. I think we're going to have enough dimension. The only thing is I have bought this. It's as you can see, like a burlappy kind of strip, and I'm wondering if I can work with this. I thought it might look good. We'll see. Before we attach it, it might go underneath or something, but this piece is definitely going to go here. And if you do want to add dimension, you can add another piece of chipboard behind it if you want. I'm not going to. Because, like I said, I'm going to have a lot of flowers and things, and we may work that burlap in underneath the flowers. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And maybe a little under this, I'm not sure. Make sure that I am about centered, and that's pretty good, I think. Okay, and if you don't want to add this piece, you don't have to. You could just go with the piece we just put down. I just wanted the larger scale of this from the 12 by 12. Okay, Or you could just cut this piece from the 12 by 12 bigger and not use, you know, however you want to do it. I just like this look that I'm getting with the frame from the 8 by 8. Okay, there we go. And let's bring our cover back. And this is going to go here. All right, and I don't think that the burlap is going to work underneath it, but it will work underneath our flowers. So I think I'm good to put this piece down. Boy, I like that. Okay. Let's go for that. I'm going to use glue. Use tape if you want. I'm using, you know, a fair bit of glue because I want the, besides the fact I'm going to make sure it sticks, I want the art glitter glue grabs on in a hurry, and I want a few seconds to make sure I've got it where I want it. And if I have a lot of glue, it won't grab on quite so quickly. That looks good. Okay. That is looking good. I want to embellish the tutu, which means glitter. I think I will get out my little Kraft mat again, just to help contain some of the glitter. And let me get my glitter and a little fine paintbrush, or a toothpick would work. The other thing that we might use, hang on, is, okay, I was looking for my glossy accents, took me a while on that. And as far as glitter, there's, I think we want gold and silver, maybe, well, I think just gold and silver. Okay. And I have not used the glossy accents in forever. I just want to test it, make sure it's still yeah, it's fine. And we might add some little jewels as well. So I think I'm trying to decide how I want to proceed, because I really don't want to mess up this cover because I like it so much. Let me grab, I think what I'm going to do is just to squeeze out some of the glossy accents. And then use the paintbrush. And let's do this little line. The tutu. So I'm just following that little bit of the tutu. Okay, and then it's going to be silver. I don't think I've used the silver on this, have I? Oh, maybe. Hang on. to get this little liner piece out of the glitter. Okay. And then we're just going to sprinkle it on. Okay. All right. Go. And we'll just leave that for a minute. And while that is on there, let's do up along here. So I'm just going to go up here and there. And there. Okay. And that one I want to do gold, I think. Or I want to do silver there and then gold. Yeah, let's do silver because that'll pick up this silver, and then we'll do gold in the other swirly areas. And then maybe a little silver along the bottom. And I know that looks like a lot, but most of it's going to come off. And I think, let me grab my glitter tray. If I have it handy here too. Just to shake off the excess. All right. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. I am happy with how that's come out. Okay, now let me set that aside and let's do some gold. I think I need to squeeze out a little more of the glossy accents. You could use any glue really. This just seemed like the choice for this particular thing. And I'm just going to do a little, not every little bit of this swirly, but I'm just putting little dots of glue along it. Just to accent it. That's good. And for this we want the gold. Okay, and then let's do the same on the skirt. And I think I'm just going to do that half and then I'll do the other half. Okay. little bit I see where I didn't get. Okay, that will go there. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of silver on the bottom. Not a solid line, but just a few little spots. Okay, that looks pretty good. And silver. Okay. Now, let me get this out of the way. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Put that off to the side. Okay, let me go. I'm going to wash my brush. That will give all of this a chance to set a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. And I've got from my stash some of these little Aurora Borealis crystals that we may use some of those. And I think, I'm pretty sure I'm done with the glitter for now, so let me set my craft mat aside. And let's see, these are my what do you call those? Chipboards. And here are my flowers. And somewhere I have my cut aparts. There they are. Okay. And I showed you a lot of these, I know, in an earlier video. There. And then I have the burlap. Now the burlap, I got this at Joann's. I'm sure you can find it at any big box, something like. But originally I had something in my cart from the ribbon department. It was quite expensive. But then I found this over in the floral department. Much cheaper. So, shopping hint there. I wish I had a really tiny one, and I do. Just maybe to accent there instead of the ones that are actually there. The only thing is it's a little more dimensional than I really want for that. Let's see if I have anything small and flat. I don't think I do. not too tall. I could probably smush it, make it a little bit less tall. Not that it matters, we're adding a lot of dimension here. Alright, so we may put that there. And that looks pretty. And do something like that. I think I like that. I think I like that quite a bit. Then my only other, I think I might tuck in some narrower ribbon. Oh, I also have, I forgot, in my stash some little pink crystals, which we might use. Oh, I forgot to even look at these. We'll use these on the inside because I still, like I said, I have inside to do. And I'm thinking I have this little gold and silver speckle ribbon, which I think I might work a little bit of that into it as well. And then I feel like it's a little high. We want to get it down into this corner. All right, and I think I can probably make this off on my craft mat. Like that. And then put it down. But I think I'll probably do better to do it on here where I can see what I'm doing. The only problem is, how am I going to remember? And I know you're thinking to yourself, take a picture of it, but I can't take a picture of it because I am using my my camera to record the video. Okay, so I am going to put those down like that. I'm just going to fray this one out a little bit more. Okay. And let me get a little Fabri-Tac. I think I need to put more in here. Okay. Now. Okay. Just put some Fabri-Tac down. Okay, it should be good. And let's see, let's grab this because this is one whole piece. And I just need to make sure there's room beside it. Okay, put that down. And I'm just going to glue this center bit because everything else is attached to it. Yikes. Okay. And let's put that there. We can add more glue later to touch things up if we want. And then we're going to put that under there, right? Where did this, oh, I hope I didn't put it too far over. Hang on, because I got to get this rose on. Okay, hang hang on. Let me just... Forgot about that I have to have it far enough over for that. Okay, that's better. And then this one, I might as well put down. Now this, I'm going to use a combination here of art glitter glue and Fabri-Tac, because these are paper, so I can use the art glitter glue. And I'm just going to tuck that under there, give a little bit more weight to that spot. And let's put that one down there. Whoops. There, I think I might have had that higher up before, but that's okay. And then we're going to put this one here, and I think I'm going to put a leaf right there. Actually, I'm going to use this one. Since that's going to sit on the leaf, which is paper, I'm going to use art glitter glue. Put that like that. That's good. Okay. And then I want to just create sort of a match to that using these green leaves. I'm just putting the glue down the spine of the leaf, and I'm going to put the further out one down first, and I think I need to put some Fabri-Tac underneath. Okay. There. There. Okay. And then let's see, I had one of these up here if I remember rightly. I think I'll use art glitter glue. Whoa, I did not mean to use that much art glitter glue, but okay. Okay, like that. Put that one there. Tuck that underneath. Just kind of, I'm sure this is probably nothing like what I originally had. Oh, but it's working for me, so that's fine. And we want to add, I need to stand up so I can see it. Yep, gotta add that. see, and I don't think I'm gonna add that. I just don't think I need it. Or do I? Would I look good there? Hang on. I feel like it would work there. I just worried it unbalances, and if I put this here, I'll have to add something there, and then I'm just going to keep adding and adding and adding. So I think I'm going to stop, and if I feel like I need, well, you know what I could do is I could put a leaf there. So I feel like I need something there. There we go. That's better. Just a leaf. And then we still have this ribbon. I have no idea what I did with my cutter bees. I think I was doing some fuzzy cutting somewhere and left them there. Alright, so what I like to do with this stuff is just really cut it into little flags. Like that, and then tuck them in. And I'm going to need tweezers, I'm sure, for this. Let me grab my tweezers. This is going to have to be shorter than what I've got here, but so just make a little flag. And that's still, I think, too long. We'll probably put a couple in there. I think I'll use Fabri-Tac since the ribbon is fabric. I think I'm holding that too close. Okay. Tuck that in there. It's not super visible, but it just adds that little sparkle. Tweezers. Just push that in pretty far, and again, only a little bit showing. And I feel like I need a little something there, but I don't know if I want it to be. I don't think I want it to be this glittery ribbon. I think I'm going to come back. Let me see if I've got one. And just tuck, not even a whole leaf, but a part of a leaf in there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is cut this leaf. So I just have the tip. I'm going to shape that a little bit so it's not so square. And we're going to tuck that in. Tweezers to do that. There we go. Just a touch. Okay, that's good. And let's do a couple more. Let's see. We're probably going to need about, I don't know, 2, maybe 5 to 6, maybe 7 of these little flags, or whatever they are. There. Again, you can hardly see it, but that sparkle is there. Just checking it for length before I put it in. Thanks. Okay. I think I might have put that one a little far. Pull it out. Okay. There we go. That's good. Oops, I forgot I hadn't glued that one down. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and glue this one down. And do we want, before we glue it down, to maybe tuck a little bit of this underneath it? Oops, cut it the wrong way. Duh. Okay. Just thinking so it kind of looks like a bow coming out from underneath. It's definitely too long. Sure, why not? Okay, let's do that. Ooh, more than I want, but it's okay. I'm just gonna sort of put that down along the line of the skirt on the tutu. And I think I want that a little bit shorter. Yep. There. And then that is going to go there. Try to decide how I want to angle. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's put that there. Okay, now we gotta let that set. Now what did I do? What did I do with those little here, the little Aurora Borealis? Because I want to put one of these, one of the small ones, right there. There's, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a little jewel right at the base of the trim at the neck on the bodice. So we are just going to put a little, hopefully little dot of glossy accents. And then if I can get it up, oh, sticky backs. Okay, and I'm just going to put that, oh, it might be easier to just put it down by hand. going to put that right, oops, on top of that jewel. Perfect. I'm wondering if I need more of this ribbon, but I don't think I do. And I think I might come back. I haven't glued all of this down and pull out a few threads here, but I'm going to let all this dry so I don't mess it up doing that. Okay. All right, I'll be back in a few, well, not a few minutes. It'll be a second for you. It's probably going to be about an hour for me. I just want to let all of this dry thoroughly. Okay, I'll be right back. I am back, and things have dried. One thing I did, and I'm going to do again, let me grab it. Is I have this fluffy brush. It's the e.l.f. complexion brush, just to get rid of some of the loose glitter, which I'm not terribly opposed to with this particular cover. And as you can see, it's going to work well to clean up my little glass mat as well. So I'm wondering, I've added the one little jewel there, and I'm wondering, I wish I had, how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teeny tiny pink ones. I could put one each at the base of the points on the skirt. Let's see, because why not? I've got them. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'm sorry, these are for my stash, so I can't really give you any info on them. I didn't even buy them. They were a gift. But I do recommend when you're out and about or shopping online or whatever, take a look at embellishments and just pick up little things in various colors, just so they're usually, these kind of things are not terribly expensive typically, and then when you're doing a project, you have them. Okay. Oop. Hang on. Yikes. Sorry. Okay, I only have 5 of these. I can't be dropping them and losing them. Okay. They are sticky backed. I probably could just, yikes, put them down. Okay, there we go. And obviously anything from this point, you know, is optional. Go. Yikes. Okay. I just said I could not afford to drop and lose, and I have no idea where that just went. There it is. Cheapers. Okay. Cute. Okay. And I was thinking of trimming that. I really would like to do that with my cutter bees. I really have no idea what I did with them. Like I said, I think I was fussy cutting. Oh, there they are. Fussy cutting on the other side of the room. Okay. And we're just gonna sort of poke that so it doesn't look too neat. Perfect. Better. Okay. And I'm going to trim this a little. Okay. That is good. And then I may come back later and just add some glue underneath all these edges. But for now it's fine. So cute. I love that. Okay. Now, there's one section. Well, we haven't done any embellishing on these pockets at all. So let me get these out of the way. Who knows? All right, and we didn't do anything back here. And I was thinking maybe I don't want to put too much because we want to be able to put things here. So if I put, I'm thinking as long as whatever I put is on a top, it should be fine, right? Okay. Famous last words. Okay, let me grab our flowers. And I still have these, which I didn't use at all. And I have these, which I didn't use. I quite like a lot. Pull these out. Little brown ones. So obviously whatever we use, we don't want it to have too much dimension. We already have flowers there. Maybe just something up here, because if I put things here, it's just going to look a little polka dotty, right? It's actually kind of cute. Maybe not those exact ones. What do you think? That's actually kind of cute. I think I like that. I think having that one there is going to make it, yeah, too hard to close. Okay, so that being the case, then I don't want to do that because that would look silly to have it here and not there. But maybe if we just do a little cluster in the corner, maybe not those, but something. And let's look at our chipboards. Let's see what we've got here. Let me get rid of this. It's in the way and I don't need it. Okay. I love this one and I kept meaning to use it and I haven't used it anywhere. But it doesn't really go there. So I don't want to use that because we have it right there. And you know what? There's one place we were going to glue one of these doors and have to go back through and do that. This is kind of cool. Maybe even just across the top or across the bottom, maybe. That's kind of cool. Okay. I'm liking that. And we still have a lot of you know, inserts and things to make. All right, maybe let's look at that there. And this is going to be too tall. Well, maybe not. It's not too bad. Okay, so let's maybe think about that, because that picks up on the cover, because we have one of those on the cover. I really like that one. Maybe we'll do 2 clusters of flowers. That seems like a bit much. But then again, this whole album is a bit much, so is that really an issue for us? Or maybe, because I like that one, maybe we just put these 3 together. Or do we move them down here and put them at the bottom? If we do that, do we put that at the top? Liking that so far. Where's that other? We also have these, but I think I like the pink because it picks up on the pink there. Let me look at my fussy cuts. I still have more things that I haven't fussy cut too, but we'll use those on inserts. There's the shoes. That's cute, but a little much. Oh, we still have these bows that I still have not. Oh, you know what? Hang on. That's kind of pretty, right? Oh, these big wreaths, we'll use those on some of our inserts. That's pretty. But if I use this, I can't use that. And I think I'd rather use that. I know I had more of these bows. I don't know what I did. I used them. I don't think I used them. Oh, there. Hang on. Go. We have the blue one. No, definitely not. Okay. Okay, I think just have to be cautious of that because I don't want it to go up and over. But I think I'm going to put that bow up there and these flowers down here. So let me grab my ink because I'm going to want to ink that bow. And we may need some of those leaves, so let me leave that out. I want to look at my fussy cuts as well because I might have a little flower or something that I want to add to this bow. Just being careful inking it that I don't rip it because that would be not fun. Okay. Yeah, what do I do with those? I think I put them in here. Go back to this for a second. I'm just thinking maybe a little, just like maybe just a bud. Nah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is. As soon as I added something to it, I didn't like it anymore, so. Okay. Now I have to be careful not to go into the, and it's hanging off the top, but I'm okay with that. But I can't go over here because it'll interfere with the page turning. Okay. And then let's ink this guy. Thanks. Okay, hang on. We gotta pick that up. I hope that's straight. I can't really see it. I'm gonna lost my rice papers blowing in the air conditioning breeze. Okay, I've lost my baby wipe. I don't know what I did with that. Or at least there's one. Okay. Okay, there's that. And let's put, now these I need to, I guess it's all right if these are stuck down. We just won't do a, because I'm just thinking if I put this here, it's kind of going to eliminate right there as a tuck spot, but it's not like we don't have plenty of others. That one down in the corner, and then that one there. So far both of these are stuck to this piece, so that's still going to allow for things to be tucked behind them. Again, this is sticking off the side, that's perfectly fine. I think I'm going to be able to do this so that it also is stuck to there, and I think what I'll do is actually put the glue on there and see if I can do it that way, thus keeping that spot free. Okay, and then I'm going to tuck a leaf under there, and again that's on this strip, so it's still going to leave that free. And maybe another one on top of that, like that. Okay, you can see I've just got glue on the bottom of the leaf. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I just realized I might be too far down. I don't think I glued that onto the background. I think it's still free. Okay. And then let's add a couple more. I think I have, how many leaves? I have only one left. I think I only have one left. Do I want it to go there? Kind of like that, and I think there's some in this other package I can poach. I think that's actually sitting in glue. I'm just going to tuck under there and glue it. And again, it's hanging off the edge, but that's fine. We've done a lot of that kind of thing throughout this album. And then I'm going to see if I have another one that I can steal. This one has a lot. Probably won't even notice if we take one, right? Well, it's a big leaf. That's what. All right. So maybe I'll just cut a little bit off of it. we may want to use the rest of it. Okay. I'm just going to tuck that one under there. Hang on, I want it up a little more, angled more. There we go. Cute. Okay. Whoops, you are not dry. Hang on. Alright. Let's see if we can gently turn the page and not disturb that too much. We have this to play with. Nope. I'm determined to use this, and I just don't think I'm going to find a spot. So maybe on one of our, what do you call it? Inserts. Oh, that's pretty. Maybe we'll just put that right there. Of course, I took its leaf, but I think it's still fine. There's another one in here, though, that I didn't steal the leaf. But then again, actually, just pretty much looks the same. Maybe we'll put one of these here and then one on the front, kind of to match. That might be cute. Kind of like that idea. But I want to, hang on, there's something I'm thinking. All right, remember the collectibles that we've been using, or I've been using? These are the cut aparts from the 6x6, which I haven't finished cutting apart. I'm looking for, here it is, actually this page, which we've already used some of, but I think I might work a couple of these in with these flowers. I like this one that says Canterbury Hall. Yeah, that's cute. And if we angle it up a little bit, okay, but I want to distress the edge, and I'm just going to take my scissors. You could have torn this instead of cutting it, but I think I just want to use my scissors. They make tools just for this, but I have found just the edge of my scissor blade works just fine. And you can see I'm crunching it a little with my hand while we're doing this. I'm not trying to keep it neat. Things out of the way. Like that. Okay. My little paintbrush in case I want to curl the edge of that up a little. I'm just sort of just rolling that up just a little bit. I think I'll do the same here. Okay, this one I'm not going to do because that's going to be underneath. Okay. I think that looks pretty good, huh? Alright, so I am just going to lift this up. then this we will put right on top. I'm just closing it to make sure, yeah, that's fine. And put a ton of glue. Probably did not need quite that much, but I just feel like because the flowers are so dimensional that they benefit from quite a bit of glue. There we go. Good. That looks good. Okay. This one, do we want to add any flowers to? Nope, not that one anyway. I like the idea of the roses, but I think it'd be just way too dimensional for that. That's why I save these for the outside. I think I'm going to leave this. We've got the bow, and this is still a good place for a picture if I don't put anything on it. I think I'm going to leave that. Okay. There's that. And that's fine as is. We may come back and add a little glitter maybe, but I think it's fine. This could use something, but I think I'm going to wait. We'll come back through when we're doing the inserts. We may put a cut apart or something there, although it actually looks nice and you could put a picture there. We've already done that. Yes, where do we, yeah, we have flowers there. I just want to make sure we don't go too many pages without some flowers. We have flowers there, we have flowers there, and then we're going to do the matching flower here, just like we did in the back with another one of these. I think they're all tickets. Yeah. All right, which ticket do we want on this one? Kind of like that one from the San Francisco Opera. That one, that's a little, that one's kind of, this one's kind of nice. I think I'm going to use that one. I just like the size of it. Save these, of course, because we'll be using them later. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Distress it with the edge of the scissors. It's fine if it gets a little creased and bent. That's what we're going for. Okay. And that's going to go like that. What did I do with my little blue brush? Oh, I want to ink this. Probably should ink it before I curl it. I need more. What did I do with the brush? There it is. Okay. Again, just curling these corners up a little bit. It's going to go like that, so I don't want any glue there. and then we're going to put this one like that. Cute. Okay. I think at some point I'm going to come through and put some narrow strips here. I don't know if I'll do it on camera, but I'm going to do that because that's just too white. Now, you could ink this before you put everything in, and then maybe you might not need to, but I think I'm just going to do the pattern paper. Okay. Whoops, that fell off. I did that too soon. Yeah, okay, let's let that do its thing. All right, I'm going to leave that alone to dry. Obviously, it needs to. Put cap back on this glue. Okay. I think we're going to call that done for today. And when I come back, we will do inserts, any last bits of embellishment. So we'll finish up next time. I'm most likely going to make this chain closure off camera. I have a whole video of how to do it, and I've done it in a bunch of other videos, so that'll save us some time because I feel like this is a long series, and I'm running behind. I should have had this up about a week ago and I didn't. But next time we'll finish the embellishing and do some inserts. I don't know how many inserts I'm going to make, but we'll do some inserts. Certainly something for these pockets, side pocket inserts, and then we have like this one already has something in the pocket, but it needs something in the envelope to go in there, that kind of thing. Oops, you know what? I overhung that without realizing it was going to make opening this envelope tricky. Oops. Oh well, it'll be fine. Be careful when you're doing that. But I think it'll just bend, and I'm okay with it just bending. Let me see. Yeah, if it needs to, it can bend. Okay, that'll be fine. Take that into account when you're doing yours. Try not to overhang that. I might come through and just trim it. It's no big deal. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. And again, I will see you next time, and we will finish up. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to visit Scrap and Create to get the supplies. There is a cutting guide down below, a link to Scrap and Create as well, and a link with a discount code for this glass mat if you want to purchase one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.